What if I told you that by just doing a few of these habits every single day, you could genuinely change your life for good? You could genuinely love life again. You could genuinely have good mental health. You can quite literally get out of bed in the morning and genuinely feel excited for the day, feel like joyful. You could genuinely have spiritual peace every moment of your day. You could not be anxious, you could be at peace. What if I told you that this could be your life if you just commit to these few habits that I have in this video? For the longest time, I would just go about my day letting things just kind of happen to me instead of having a set routine or a number of habits that I committed to each and every day. And honestly, how I felt in my life reflected that. For most of my life, I was depressed, anxious. My thoughts were negative, self-deprecating, hateful, just negative, not positive at all in any way. They were I felt bad about myself. I felt self-conscious. I didn't know how to talk to people. I had social anxiety. I didn't like who I was. I didn't even know who I was. I felt like I didn't know who I was at all. And there was like some kind of like identity issue that at one point in my life literally made me like severely depressed because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I was supposed to be or what my personality was. I genuinely just went about my days doing whatever the hell just kind of happened. And a lot of times I was bored. A lot of times I did nothing. A lot of times I just kind of sat around. And honestly, like being young, being a teenager, being like an adult even, like it is about your environment. Like things are hard. Life does happen and things can be hard. It can be hard to like make the right choices and like realize that you can change your life, that like your life can look totally different just by making internal improvements, just by making internal choices, doing like the same kind of like helpful habits every single day. The following habits that I'm going to be talking about genuinely will change your life because they have changed mine. And I've known about a lot of these habits for over 3 years now, and for a while I was committing to them and doing really well. In the past like year or so, all I've been doing is going to the gym. I haven't done any of the other habits that I'm going to be talking about. And honestly, my life just kind of like went downhill, especially in the mental and spiritual side of life. I felt spiritually numb. I felt spiritually dead. I felt mentally overwhelmed and tired and just kind of overstimulated and like I didn't really like feel good, if you know what I mean. I just felt like unregulated mentally. I just felt spiritually dull and dead and numb. I just felt like my life was just passing by. That's how I felt for the past year, up until about 3 months ago. 3 months ago, I decided I'm gonna get back on self-improvement and I'm gonna actually take these habits seriously. I'm not just gonna like aggressively work super duper hard. I'm not just gonna go to the gym, but I'm also going to do the following habits every single day and commit to them every single day, or at least as consistent as I possibly can. And I'll be honest, like I have noticed such a huge improvement in the past 3 months ever since I committed to these habits. You're gonna be tempted to think that these habits are pointless and they won't do anything to you, they won't help you. I was tempted to think the same way, and honestly, like when I just committed to them anyway, when I just did them anyway for a few weeks, I started noticing real improvements to my mental health, my will to live, my confidence, my joy, my ability to talk to people, including girls, although I'm married now, so that's not really applicable in that kind of way. But I'm telling you guys, like, you do notice a difference is what I'm trying to get at here. I'm not going to waste any more of your guys' time. The first habit is meditation. Now I know you're gonna think that meditation's stupid, it's a waste of time, it doesn't actually work. I tried meditation, like it didn't really help that much. Maybe it did help a little bit, but I'm telling you guys, you don't realize the actual like drastic benefit of meditation. Meditation is genuinely life-changing, and when you are consistently meditating the right way, which I'll tell you what the right way is in just a moment here, but when you're meditating in the right way, you notice so many more things in life. You just feel so much more spiritually aware and like alive. You have so much more awareness, whether it's your thoughts, whether it's your surroundings. You just have more overall awareness of your life. You're way more in the moments. And everyday life, it just becomes a lot more memorable and just less of a haze, less of just like a a blur, and you actually start enjoying the little things in life again. You start genuinely noticing the birds and the bugs and the fresh air and the taste of your food. And all of a sudden, even though like you're less stimulated and you're more mindful and you are doing less of like the overstimulating habits, all of a sudden when you've been meditating and you've been cutting out doom scrolling, cutting out overstimulating habits, you notice like you genuinely taste your food more. You genuinely like notice things more, like the bugs, the birds, the sounds outside. You notice like the trees, you notice like the smell of the air. You just notice things so much more, and it makes your life so much more real. I don't know how else to put it. It's just such a beautiful thing. So how do you meditate? You meditate by focusing on your breath or focusing on your surroundings. Sometimes I do both interchangeably. But the whole point is to basically reject any thoughts you get. Inevitably you will think a thought, you will think a few thoughts, you will get distracted by your mind. Your mind will just start talking and blabbing about some random things. Your mind will literally just start like being like that annoying friend that doesn't shut up. Once you're aware of it, once you realize that your mind is doing that, just refocus back to the present moment. Refocus back to your breath. Refocus back to the surroundings. Refocus back to where you are, how alive you are, and just how real everything is in life. Every time you do that, you are essentially like doing 1 rep of meditation. It's like 1 rep in the gym, but like for meditation. Every time you do that, you're improving your mindfulness. You're improving your ability to live in the moment. And if you do this for a few weeks to a month, like you will genuinely see improvement. So many people like say like, oh, but I tried meditating, it didn't really work, it didn't really do anything. Well, if you go to the gym for 1 day, yeah, you might get sore, but you won't notice any difference. In fact, you go for a month, you might still not really notice much of a difference. But if you go for months and months and years, your life has changed forever and you look drastically different. That's how meditation works. Meditation is not a hard habit. It can take 3 minutes, it can take 5 minutes max. So why not just do it anyway and just kind of add it in your day like passively and see what it does for you. Meditation genuinely changed my life and made me so much more present. And honestly, like life's best moments, like your most memorable moments in life are the ones where you were fully in the moment. You were fully present, whether it's in a social situation, whether it's in a conversation, whether it's just a memorable experience you had. You were fully in the moment, and that's why you remember it so fondly. And we can make the rest of our life like that just by meditating and being more mindful and cutting out like doom scrolling and like overstimulated content. Second habit that completely changed my life is the gym. Gym is amazing because it's not even just about being a bodybuilder, but it's about making progress in life. And the cool thing about the gym is it kind of feels like a video game. Every time you like get stronger by like 5 pounds, you increase 5 pounds on the bench press, it feels like a video game. It feels like video game progress, and that's such a good feeling to feel once you finally experience it. The other day I just hit 200 pounds on incline bench and it felt amazing, and now like I'm so excited to like hit 205, and I'm so excited to get my squat strength higher again. It's such a fun like experience, like waking up in the morning and like reminding yourself that like you're gonna go to the gym and like possibly level up in like your bench press, like level up like 5 pounds, 5 points. Such a cool life to live when you're genuinely like chasing this like numerical progress. And nonetheless, like the muscle you gain from the gym, like muscle is amazing. Muscle gives you confidence. It makes you feel better about yourself. It makes you feel like people respect you more. And as tragic as that is, it's just simply true. Having more muscle makes people respect you more, and you feel that. You genuinely feel the difference. You just feel better. You feel healthier. So the gym is an amazing habit. I'm so glad I've been going to the gym for a few years now. Third habit is finding a purpose, having purpose, and chasing purpose every single day. Having a purpose makes me feel so motivated, even when like I'm really tired. And I'll literally like, even in the morning, I'll wake up just right out of bed. I'll jump right out of bed, even when I'm tired, just out of excitement, because I know that I'm about to go and like work on videos and work on like this purpose and help people and make an impact. And I just love what I do. I love to work, and I love to just like wake up and know that I have this opportunity to like impact the world. So what you need to do is find something that you can genuinely like contribute to the world. You can genuinely like give to the world and help people with. that will give you such a strong feeling of purpose in life. Now, if you don't know what that is, there's ways to find your purpose. I actually have a video on how to find your purpose, so click on that. I'll link it in the description. But even if you haven't found your purpose, your like spiritual purpose, your God-given purpose, you can still find like smaller senses of purpose in your life. Like the gym can be a purpose. You know, it can be your goals that you have in the gym. Your purpose can be random acts of kindness that you do every once in a while. Your purpose can be so any of the goals you have. It can be, oh, maybe you want to be a doctor, so your purpose is like becoming a doctor and like helping people with that, and like it can be anything. As long as you have goals, short-term goals that you have set to reach that goal, to reach that purpose and to hit that purpose, and you're working on that every single day, that gives you a sense of purpose. That wakes you up in the morning. That makes you feel so happy to be alive. Fourth habit is having a clean diet. Our diet has such an effect on our mental health and how we feel, and like even how we breathe and our nervous system as a result of our breathing. Our food and what we put in our body genuinely has a bigger impact than we think. And oftentimes, like, I found myself even in recent months like just eating Taco Bell, eating junk food, just because like I don't think anything of it. It's convenient, it's fast, I don't have time to cook. Every single time I do that, I feel terrible. I feel sick, I feel mentally tired, I feel stupid, I become mentally dumb. I never feel good when I'm eating junk. Like trash food, preservatives, chemicals, like seed oils. I don't feel good when I eat that stuff. I feel dysregulated, I feel self-conscious, I feel mentally stupid, I feel sick. Having a clean diet, eating whole foods has completely changed my life, and just eating vegetables, chicken, steak, eggs, even just like sometimes like I'll even unseason my food just so it literally like builds discipline. The thing is, like I actually noticed this just today as I'm recording this video. You only enjoy like the ultra stimulating foods, the ultra like tasty food like the Doritos or the fast food. The only reason why that actually tastes good to you is because you've already kind of like lived a life of that kind of food. But if you start living a life only eating like natural like fruits and veggies and chicken and steak, you will actually start liking that instead. And if you go and then like after a few months of that diet, if you go and eat Doritos, you will actually feel sick. You will actually feel disgusted by it. This is so interesting. If you go and eat a diet like that, like a completely clean diet for 3 months, you come back, you eat junk food, you literally think it tastes disgusting. I have done this before. It's such a weird feeling. Kind of like start thinking like you have this like weird moment of like, how did I used to eat that? Like, this is horrible. Our like taste buds have been so like hijacked to where we're so used to the stimulation, we're so used to like the ultra flavors in our food. We almost like crave like the amount of flavors and like the amount of like how stimulating a food is to eat, rather than the taste itself. It's so weird. It's kind of like a rabbit hole I want to go down in one of these videos someday, because it is so weird, our diet, like how we've gotten like addicted to these like ultra ultra tasty like chemically fake foods. It's so weird. So stay away from those foods. I genuinely will promise you this makes a huge difference. And again, like if you tell yourself, oh, I've tried eating a clean diet for a day, it doesn't work. What you eat the day prior affects you the next day. You have to have a clean diet for at least a couple of weeks to notice any kind of change in like your nervous system and like your overall life quality. You have to make a commitment for a while to notice any difference. The next habit is dopamine detox. So this goes in hand with what I was talking about with meditation earlier, where you're just cutting out things that are ultra stimulating in your life so that you enjoy your baseline existence more. You would think that things that are more pleasurable and things that are more stimulating would make life more fun and more exciting and more like enjoyable, but when we actually remove those things, we genuinely enjoy our baseline existence so much more. And your everyday life becomes like peaceful and fun. Now, it's not healthy to just have no dopamine. So what I would recommend is get your dopamine from natural or healthy sources, like going to the gym, working towards something meaningful or purposeful, work, things like that. The next habit is prayer. So God is the objective good in life. Everything that's good is God. Everything that's like a good value or like feeling in life is from God. like the presence of God. Getting closer to God has made me genuinely feel so much more peace, joy, love, contentment. I just feel more alive just on a daily basis. It's such a good feeling. And if you want to know my full testimony, I've made many videos on it. I'll link that in the description below as well. But my one prayer literally changed my life. I prayed to God as an atheist. I didn't even really believe, but I wanted to believe because I was in my lowest moment and my life changed forever. So link in the description. But nonetheless, we need to put our trust in something that's bigger than us. Being a kid, we had our trust in our parents to take care of us. We had our full trust in them that no matter what happens, we'll be okay. And that gave us a sense of peace. But as adults, we don't have that. As an adult, we don't really have that. You know, other people, even our parents as an adult, like they're kind of at the same level as us because we are also adults and we don't really see them. We don't really trust them in the same way. But if we have God as an adult, we kind of have this like sense of peace again, just like how we felt as a kid. And that is an amazing feeling. So praying to God, having a relationship with God is genuinely life-changing, and doing that every single day really does set your day off on like a good trajectory. The next habit is serotonin maxing. So serotonin is a hormone that is kind of associated with like feelings of happiness, like overall like existential like feelings of like goodness. You can tell I didn't study for this video. But what I'm basically getting at here is being alone, yeah, it can be fun, but being around good people that we genuinely love, that genuinely like makes us feel so much more warmer inside and happier, and just we have more sense of purpose and like belonging, meaning. And we're honestly like meant to be in a tribe that we contribute to and feel a part of and appreciated in. And so when we have that in our life, we feel so much better. I know we're like I know we want to be alone, we want to be grind set, like grinding, like, but being around other people is genuinely like a good experience if they're right people for you, if they're good people. And you need to feel like you have a sense of belonging. That is so important to find in life. And it's not like immediately urgent. If you can't really like have that in your life right now, that's fine. Work on yourself, start meditating, go to the gym, pray, do those things. And then like genuinely at some point in life, maybe in the next like 3, 4, 5 months, start working on like building your own tribe and like having people around you. And maybe it's your family, maybe it's friends, maybe it's like a group of people, maybe it's a club, whatever it is, find your people. The last habit is gratitude, specifically gratitude journaling. What I do is I journal down things I'm grateful for every single day, and sometimes I even express gratitude to somebody, or I do acts of kindness and see people kind of like feel grateful to me for that act of kindness. Now, that's not like some narcissistic thing. Like I genuinely want to help people and like see people like have their lives changed. But it is scientific that if you see somebody that's like grateful for you, or grateful to just in general, like it could be to somebody else, that it improves your own level of gratitude. Imagine like every thought you get in life is just a happy thought, like a grateful thought, like a loving thought. Every single thought. Imagine how much better your life would feel on a daily basis. That's possible for you. My life has changed a lot in a few months, and you can do that same transformation for your life just by committing to these habits. So I love you all. I hope this video helped you in some kind of way. If it did, please consider subscribing and watching some of my other videos. I'll see you all hopefully sometime soon. Hey, before you click off this video, I have a Discord community that is for those trying to improve their life. If that's you, if you're just tired of living a life of depression, anxiety, just poor mental health, then surrounding yourself with other people just like you is a great way to help you improve your life. Let's all strive for a better life together. Click the link in the description right now. I also have a Patreon if you'd like to support me and earn some cool perks in return. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day.